A perfect 9-0 record and top seed in the Philadelphia Catholic League is where your St. Joe's Prep Hawks currently stand. And tonight, it's the Archbishop Wood Vikings looking to end the Hawks' perfect in-conference season so far. Here at Archbishop Wood High School, I'm Gavin Heinerichs, joined by my color analyst for the evening, Ryan Connaughton. And Ryan, we have a big one here tonight in Warminster.
Yes, we do, Gavin. The Vikings hoping to end this perfect season for the Hawks. In my opinion, I just don't think they can.
Yeah, coming into this one, 9-9 overall, 4-5 in the PCL. Currently have that 9th seed, so still in contention for a play-in game to get into those playoffs. Of course, the trip to the beloved Palestra in the Final Four, and then the championship game there. That's the goal for every team in the PCL. But like we said, Archbishop Wood not really playing for that top seed, not playing for a top 4 seed. They're really just kind of looking to be the spoiler to everyone's fun. And tonight it's the Hawks.
Yeah, I agree with you, Gavin. I think they're going to be trying to put in a little bit more for this game because it is senior night for Archbishop Wood, but they only have one senior playing, Mike Green, with a Georgia court offer.
Yeah, Division II.
Division II. And then Milan Green will not be playing due to a knee injury. I think Milan Green's definitely a big loss for this Vikings team.
Yep.
But also, this Archbishop Wood team is coming off of a loss versus Roman.
Yeah.
Gavin, do you think that's going to have some sort of effect again in this game?
I think, of course, it will. I mean, before that Roman game, they went on a little 3-game win streak, beating Commonwealth Egan, beating Archbishop Carroll, and beating Lansdale Catholic, all by some pretty impressive margins. And then against that Roman Catholic, I mean, top 5 team in the state of Pennsylvania, a great program throughout the years, especially these past 10, 20 years, held their own for the first couple quarters. Then, lack of seniority, maybe just game getting away from them a little bit. In the end, they dropped that one 85-72. Not a horrible loss, though, but definitely something that's going to be on their minds coming into this St. Joseph's Prep game.
Yeah, Roman basketball ranked number 1 in the state of PA, second in the conference. I think that's going to have a big effect for this Vikings team because now they're playing the 5th best team in the state of PA and the 1st in the PCL with this Hawks team. I think in some big players to have a good game for this Archbishop Wood team is going to be Brady McAdams.
Yep.
I think he's going to have a big game, averaging 17.5. He's the leading scorer in the PCL. And then I think Rowan Phillips is not playing. That's going to be a big loss for this Vikings team. Yeah,
Phillips averaging 15.9 points per game. We saw him in warm-ups. We weren't really sure if he was playing or was not playing. He comes out in warm-ups, of course, in the sweatpants and the sweatshirts, so we know he will not be joining the Vikings tonight. And like you said, Milan Dean has not played a single PCL game for Archbishop Wood all season due to an early season knee injury, a huge loss. He was one of those seniors who really helped Archbishop Wood last year, of course, under the reins of Josh Reed and Jalil Bethea, but a solid role he played in that team's run to the state Final Four.
Yeah, I agree. And another big player for this game is going to be Jaden Jenkins, only a sophomore and already has offers from St. Bonaventure, Bryant, and Albany University. I think that's a big player, standing at 6'8" also.
Yeah.
He's going to be a key factor for this Archbishop Wood offense.
Tough. It's definitely going to be tough for St. Joe's Prep. Every single game it's going to be tough when you match up against a big guy. Sharif Jackson for Roman, teams like that, so it's going to be a tough test tonight with Jaden Jenkins. Possibly we'll see some of that 2-3 matchup zone, of course, due to the height difference, especially as we make our way into the later stretches of the games. It is senior night here, ladies and gentlemen, at Archbishop Wood, so a little bit of a delay on the tip-off as they are honoring their 3 seniors. Those 3 seniors, of course, being number 2, Mike Green, number 3, Milan Dean, and number 4, Karan Shedrick.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do something almost like they did with Roman and double Jenkins every time he gets into the paint. We saw that with Sharif Jackson, and it worked. And they limited the points that they allowed.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is both teams only 4 games, including this one included, left in each of these PCL teams' season. The Hawks looking, like we said, for that beloved 13-0, going in to the playoffs, giving them that first round bye. giving them that first round bye, not having to play that play-in game and having to play one of the lower seeds, hopefully with a little bit of an easier road to the Palestra, a home playoff game, of course, in sight for St. Joe's Prep. For Archbishop Wood, they're just trying to salvage any single win that they can get. I mean, it's St. Joe's Prep tonight. It's a tough West Catholic team at West Catholic in West Philly, a tough LaSalle team at LaSalle in Warrington, and then it's in South Philly versus Newman Goretti for their final game of the season. So some tough games for Archbishop Wood, but some definitely winnable ones down the stretch for the Vikings.
Yeah, if this Vikings team wants to make the playoffs, I think you have to win those games.
Yeah.
Coming up for the Prep, on Monday, they do have Newman Goretti at St. Joe's Prep.
It's a big game.
That is a big game.
Biggest game, arguably, though, is it's going to be, I mean, it's the last two. It's at Bonner Prendy, small gym, tough environment to play in, great team led by big names like Corey Francis, who is uncommitted but a top prospect in his class, and Devin Nelson, the Division II commit, who's going next year to play for Millersville in the PSAC. And then after that, it's Father Judge, led by Kavar Kennedy, Merrimack commit, and Derek Morton Rivera, top player in the junior class.
Yeah, I think this upcoming schedule for the Prep is going to be a tough one. Bonner Prendy on Friday, February 7th, and then they play Father Judge back-to-back times on the 9th and the 10th.
No, that's an error.
All right. Well, they play Father Judge.
They play Father Judge. It was going to be on the 10th at 7 o'clock. They rescheduled it to Super Bowl Sunday at 12 p.m. But I agree. It's a pretty quick 1-2 punch. I mean, it's only a two-day recovery for St. Joe's Prep. You play Bonner late on Friday night. You have Saturday off, and then you come back Sunday afternoon playing arguably the second-best team in the league in Father Judge.
Yeah, Father Judge, 7-2, third in the PCL, second in the state of PA.
Yep.
I think this Father Judge team is definitely going to be a tough game for these Hawks. If they want to maintain this perfect record, they really need to win these next couple of games.
I agree. And, they're coming off a huge statement win against Cardinal O'Hara, 82-35, just a crushing victory there. Their only losses this season coming against Bonner Prendy on a buzzer beater at home, actually, so a tough one you drop there. And their second one, of course, coming to Devon Prep, right? Yeah, Devon Prep. It was Devon Prep at Devon Prep. Devon Prep, of course, a very well-coached team. A lot of seniors, Mason Thier, Zane Conlon, Reese Kraft, just to name a few. I mean, they play together. They play as a team. They're a really hard team to beat, especially at home. Father Judge drops that one, too. So, again, tough game, tough final game for St. Joseph's Prep.
Yes, very. I think the end of the season is definitely going to be some of the hardest games this Hawks team has to play.
Because, although this Archbishop Wood team is 4-5 in the PCL, they're 9th in the league, whatever, yada, yada, yada. This is a tough gym to play in. Coach Harrigan has never beaten Archbishop Wood in all of his years at coaching St. Joseph's Prep, and that's partially due to McDonald's All-American top 7 player in his class, now freshman at the University of Miami, Jalil Bethea, heading the Vikings for these past couple years. Of course, assisted by players like Josh Reed and then Milan Dean. You have a supporting now senior cast with Milan Dean, Mike Green on the team, Deuce Maxey, who transferred out before this year. So they've been a very, very solid program. John Moscow knows what he's doing. He's coached. He's arguably one of the best coaches in the league. He gets kids every single year, and that's what makes him so tough to beat. He runs great offensive sets. He has the ideas and runs great defensive things as well, and that's why it's been so tough for Harrigan to take down these Vikings.
Yeah, Gavin, I couldn't agree more.
But do you think he can get it done tonight?
I think Harrigan will get it done tonight. This Prep team is unbeatable. They're 9-0 in the PCL, and this offense looks unstoppable. I mean, they did run into a blockade against Roman, but they proved that meant nothing after the win against Cardinal O'Hara. This team just looked amazing. Kevin, what do you think about that?
I agree. I mean, talking about Wood?
I'm talking about St. Joe's Prep.
St. Joe's Prep. Sorry, I totally zoned out there. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's really just been all year. They went to Vegas, played the Tarkanian Classic, nationally ranked programs, great schools out there. You drop you drop a few games. You lose to Timview from Utah. You lose to Basha from Arizona. You get a win over Corona Centennial from California. And then you drop the last game to Campbell Hall. So you go 1-3 out in Vegas. Overall, chemistry was a little shaky. I wasn't really too sure how the year was going to look. To be honest with you, I didn't have high hopes coming into the PCL. But that win against Devon Prep on the opening night, and then just extending off of there, defense looks amazing. They're playing as a team. I mean, there's really nothing else we want out of the St. Joe's Prep team. They're playing near perfect basketball, and they've turned it around since those beginning couple games that started in Las Vegas.
Yeah, also, I want to point out the win against LaSalle. I mean, Prep offense was really clicking that game.
It was.
Winning by 10, almost looking unstoppable against that LaSalle team.
And then you have another 20-point win this previous Monday versus West Catholic at home, where they just straight up looked like the better team, causing so many turnovers on the defensive side of the ball, taking control on the offensive side of things, hitting their shots, getting to their spots. They just look like that St. Joe's Prep basketball team that we've seen all year.
West Catholic is kind of looking like this Archbishop Wood team in terms of the rankings in the PCL.
Yep.
West Catholic and Wood are kind of neck and neck right now.
Yeah, exactly. Wood, I think Wood, as we said, at 9. West is currently at 7th, I believe, so they're down there in that thing. Of course, you want to get that 7 seed. I mean, you want to get up to the 6 seed. Oh, I'm sorry, West at 6. You want to get up to the 6 seed because then you don't have to play that play-in game. 7 plays 10, 8 plays 9 in the play-in game. 1 and 2 get a bye, and then they reseed. So the lowest seed plays 1, the second lowest seed plays 2, and then, of course, 3-6 play at the higher seed's location, and 4-5 play at the higher seed's location.
Yeah, Gavin, I think the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 battle is a great battle. West Catholic.
Even with O'Hara at 11, O'Hara plays LaSalle in the last game of the season, so if LaSalle loses out and then plays O'Hara, that could be a huge game, because if O'Hara loses out and wins that one, they're both at 4 and 5. O'Hara has the head-to-head. They could even sneak into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, 6 is West Catholic at 5 and 4. Ryan's at 7 at 4 and 5. This Wood team's 8 at 4 and 5, and then LaSalle is also 4 and 5.
And Newman's 4 and 5.
Yeah,
every 7 to 10, all 4 and 5. So it's going to come down to head-to-head matchups and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
and I don't want to. And I know people say Carroll, not a great team this year, and I agree. They've been very, very underwhelming. But if they can string together some wins, as bad as their record is at 2 and 7 in the league, could they make the playoffs with 4 games left and only 2 or 3 wins out of it? I mean, technically they still can.
I mean, yeah, but it's going to be tough. I mean,
I agree. I 100% agree it's going to be tough. But Carroll is a team of young kids who, if they play like they did against the Prep, make their shots, run some offensive plays, they can really be in any game. It's just a matter of, can they close out games, and they haven't been to so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough for them to make this
I 100% agree.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to also need Ryan, Catholic, and Wood, and LaSalle to lose these upcoming games.
Yeah.
Gavin, it is loud in here. That student section is going crazy.
Yeah, huge student section
night
here at Archbishop Wood, taking up about 1/4 of the gym. Just a sea of black on that far side wall. Hawks in black, Archbishop Wood in white. Like we said, later tip-off here due to senior night here at Archbishop Wood. So, Ryan, I know you said, of course, St. Joe's Prep's going to win. What's your score prediction for the evening?
Wood did lose to Roman by, 15? I think that was
13, yep.
13. They did put up a good fight. I expect them to get blown out by this Roman team. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a little closer. I would say Prep
at home,
tough, senior night,
yeah.
Prep might. It's either or. Prep could either blow this team out, or they could cut it close.
It could be a close game down to the wire. I think the Prep's going to come away with this one pretty handily. Give me 72-62 St. Joe's Prep.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game for these Hawks. I'm thinking 78-64, but if they decide to miss shots or play underwhelming defense, it could be
a lot closer.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will step aside for the pregame prayer followed by the national anthem. We'll be back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Archbishop Wood High School here for tonight's matchup between your St. Joe's Prep Hawks and the Archbishop Wood Vikings. Currently announcing the starting lineups here in Warminster. For the Hawks, it's number 11, Mekhi Robertson. I mean, it's the usual suspects. Number 23, Will Lesovitz. Olin Chamberlain. I mean, it's really been these senior three who they're going to announce, Jordan and Jaron, to come. They're the glue to this St. Joe's Prep team. They hold them together. They're assuming their role as leaders in their final high school season. Jordan Ellerby especially calling guys out, making sure they're doing what they're doing. You know, that's what every team needs. They need a great leader, and he's really stepped up and filled that role this season. But guys like Jaron, guys like Olin as well, I mean, their seniority has really shown to be an important factor, especially against some of these younger PCL teams like Archbishop Wood, with only 3 seniors on the roster, and with Milan Dean out for the season, only 2 now.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more. Jordan, Jaron, and Olin have definitely stepped up in their senior season, supporting the younger guys, making sure they're involved in this game. They have certainly been the anchor to this team.
Exactly. First starter for Archbishop Wood, number 10, Jaden Jenkins. Kind of talked about him a little bit. 6'8", lankier build. 3 Division I offers from St. Bonaventure, Bryant, and Albany. For Caleb Lundy, also another starter for Archbishop Wood. And Lundy, he's been great. Transferred this past year from Lenape High School. I mean, he's from New Jersey. Came over to play for Coach Moscow. I mean, Coach Moscow, a very, very credible coach in the PCL.
Next starter will be Brady McAdams. As I said earlier, McAdams has certainly been one of the best players on this team, averaging 17.5 points per game.
Yep, exactly. It's going to be those 3. It's going Jenkins, Lundy, Mike Green, Brady McAdams,
and Karan Cedric.
So starting the 2 seniors would be 3 if Milan Dean was playing. Of course, if you are just tuning in, Milan Dean out for the rest of the season with a knee injury. Like I said, hasn't played a PCL game all year, and it's definitely a key loss for Archbishop Wood with that seniority and maturity that he brings to the table, being on that state semifinal team last year.
Gavin, can I get your opinion on this? What do you think about Coach Harrigan starting Will Lesovitz against Jenkins? Obviously, there's a big height difference.
You're saying he should start Julian McKee?
I am saying he should start Julian McKee.
Yeah.
Julian McKee definitely proved himself on the defensive side against Roman, blocking Sharif Jackson, I think, twice in that game.
And the Hawks come out in man-to-man now with Lesovitz guarded against Jenkins, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a quick substitution for Julian McKee. Mike Green's first 3 is off the mark. Mekhi Robertson with it in transition. Hawks slow it down. Jordan Ellerby with it on the right wing. Ellerby hands it off to Chamberlain. Chamberlain's pass almost intercepted there by Mike Green. Active hands in the passing lanes by the senior guard. McKee, dribble pull-up. Rims out, no good. Ball pulled in by Rowan Phillips.
That's a tough shot for Jaron.
Lundy to McAdams. And back out to Lundy. Calling for the high screen off the pick and roll to Jenkins. Ball is tipped around and fumbled.
There it is,
McKee comes away with it. McKee up to Robertson on the alley-oop. Miscommunication there. That one flies off the backboard and into the hands of Brady McAdams. McAdams coming downhill, and it's going to be an offensive foul on number 23.
There it is, Gavin. They double-teamed Jenkins as soon as he got the ball in the paint, and he gave it up immediately.
And on that last play, it was just Jordan Ellerby taking one for the team.
Stepping into that leader role.
Exactly. Chamberlain. Starting the offense. Loud Jim here in Warminster. McKee off the catch and shoot, no good.
Gavin, in my opinion, McKee has to knock those down. That's his bread and butter. And
he's been in a little bit of a shooting slump all season as Mike Green knocks down the first three of the evening, 3-0 Archbishop Wood. But like I was saying, he's been in a little bit of a slump as the season has progressed so far. He's found other ways to get his, and you'll still see him with prominent numbers in the box scores, but it just hasn't been the same Jaron McKee recently in this PCL season. Ellerby, this time to Makai Robertson in the corner. His three-pointer, no good. Ball rebounded by Jordan. Post fade off the mark and pulled out once again by Robertson. 2 second chance points for St. Joe's Prep.
You need to convert on those, Gavin.
You need to convert on those. Lundy, coast to coast.
Couple wide open threes that
side.
they just failed to make.
McKee with no hesitation on the left side. Makai Robertson with the slam dunk off the missed layup.
Insane play by Makai Robertson.
He's only a sophomore. Just that instinct to go up and get it. McAdams off the wing, fakes the shot, drives middle, spin moves, downhill on Robertson, finishes with the right hand. Wants the foul, no call there, but definitely finishing through traffic was Brady McAdams.
Gavin, almost immediately I could tell this is going to be an offensive and very aggressive game.
It is. Both teams like to play fast and get out in transition. McAdams, this time it's Shedrick, his three-pointer no good.
I also want to point out Will Lesovitz almost disabling Jenkins on that rebound attempt, pushing the ball out of Jenkins' hand.
Jump ball. It's going to stay in possession of St. Joe's Prep. So far for the Hawks, it's just been a slow start. Haven't been able to hit their shots. Now we want to see they've gotten good looks. This time it's McKee once again from the corner. His shot is short and no good. Ball rebounded once again by Caleb Lundy. Lundy, Shedrick, top of the key, three-pointer, no good. Ball is fought for and corralled by Jaron McKee. Now Owen Chamberlain looking to move fast. His quick dish to Jordan Ellerby. Off the mark.
They need to take advantage of these open shots.
They do.
This Wood has been leaving them open from the perimeter, and they just have not been able to convert.
Lundy drives downhill, uses his body. Foul called on Makai Robertson. Checking into the game for Archbishop Wood, number 20, Brian Donahue. Karan Shedrick takes a seat for Archbishop Wood. Shedrick, of course, also a football player at Archbishop Wood. Ball nearly intercepted by Makai Robertson. McAdams off the quick dribble pull-up. Can't connect. Ellerby, few dribbles up top. Wants to go downhill. Mike Green doesn't allow that to happen.
Yeah, this
Robertson
Archbishop
driving
Wood
left, finishing with the right.
This
Can't get it
Archbishop
to go, but draws the foul.
This Archbishop Wood defense does not seem to allow them into the paint.
No, they play very, very tough man-to-man defense. They're all over you.
That does leave the perimeter wide open, which the Prep has gotten some pretty good shots off of, just have not been able to convert.
First one from the sophomore is good. And I kind of said this in the pregame show. Coming into this game, looking at the records, 4-5 compared to 9-0. It's, easy game for St. Joe's Prep, but no game really is a gimme. I mean, there's a few, but no real game in the PCL is a gimme game.
Definitely.
Especially when you're on the road in such a hostile environment like Archbishop Wood.
And definitely against a team that's fighting for a playoff spot.
Exactly.
On their senior night.
Chamberlain pulls this one out for St. Joe's Prep. Looks for Ellerby in the high post. Ellerby comes off the screen, set by Chamberlain, finishing with the right hand, strong over Jaden Jenkins.
That's a great take by Jordan Ellerby.
It's a great finish.
Finishing in the paint around that 6'8" center in Jenkins.
Yep. Textbook. Donahue off the dribble handoff. Lundy fakes a dribble handoff, pump fakes, finds a backdoor cutting Jaden Jenkins, who finishes on the reverse.
I don't mean to root for the other team, but that's a great
It was
pass.
a great play, and it was a great backdoor cut.
Jenkins just getting around Lesovitz.
Ball tipped out by Robertson. Lundy comes away with it. Lundy, a huge fan of trying to go scoop and score on the right side. Hasn't been able to connect with one of those yet this evening. Lesovitz with the transition three. Rims out. Unlucky roll there for Will Lesovitz.
my main focus right now if I'm this Hawks offense is drain the open shots, drain the open threes.
And you want to do a better job at getting to your spots. Sometimes it feels like they're almost settling for threes. Mike Green, wide open three. Can't leave him wide open. Cash me out, Mike Green from beyond the arc.
One thing from this Wood offense is they're taking smart shots.
And they're setting a lot of off-ball screens, a lot of off-ball movement, getting their guys open. Ellerby drives and leaves his feet before making a decision. Turnover. Wood with the basketball.
Jenkins' height coming in clutch there on that stop.
It was. Lundy on the drive, once again looking for the underhanded lay. Draws the foul, can't convert. He'll take a trip to the line to shoot two. And now checking in, waiting at the scorer's table for St. Joe's Prep is number 10, Julian McKee. Like you said.
I really hope Julian McKee's coming in to play a defensive role in this game. Coming in to shut down the Vikings from interior scoring.
Exactly. McKee checks in for St. Joe's Prep. Will Lesovitz takes a seat. And waiting for Archbishop Wood is Malachi Warren. He seems to be checking in for the shooter, Caleb Lundy, and he will. Lundy converts on both. Just a note here, ladies and gentlemen, St. Joe's Prep currently 0 for 6 from beyond the arc to start this game off. Just definitely not what you wanted to see. A slow start on the road is not a great combination.
Yeah, this Prep offense last year almost looked like their main point of scoring was beyond the arc.
Yeah.
0 for 6 now.
They've been a great shooting team all year. Robertson drives baseline, uses his pivot foot, a great post fade by Mekhi Robertson over the 6'8 Jaden Jenkins.
That's a great take by Mekhi Robertson. Able to get that over the wingspan of Jenkins is definitely a prestigious achievement.
McAdams off the spin move.
No good.
Jumper's no good. Ball's tipped around. Julian McKee comes away with it. Julian to Jaron. Jaron to Jordan up top. Jordan tries to find a backdoor cutting. McKee, brother. Ball's tipped out of bounds. St. Joe's Prep ball. I like the ball movement there, though. It was a lot of passes. Definitely some positives to take from that quick spurt.
Yeah, McKee wide open on that baseline cut.
Yeah. Love to see it. Robertson feeling it. Heat check. Step back three-pointer off the mark. Chamberlain tries to rush in for the rebound, but it's taken away by Malachi Warren. McAdams hands it off to Donahue. Donahue to Green. Green goes downhill on the left side. Tries to lay it over Mekhi Robertson. He says no, no. Robertson with the pin off the glass. St. Joe's Prep looking to turn some defense into offense.
I know he's a guard, but Mekhi Robertson can get up there and block that.
High flyer, man. High flyer. Robertson slows down the offense on his own.
Does Mekhi want to go one-on-one with Jenkins?
It almost appears like he does. Instead, he's going to find Julian McKee from beyond the arc. The freshman drains the first three of the night for St. Joe's Prep.
Great shot from that Hawks offense right there. Able to find the wide open guy.
Just breaking the lid on the glass, it seemed like, from three-point land this evening. Ellerby playing some tough defense there on Brady McAdams. Unfortunately, fouls him as he nears the cup. Baseline out of bounds for Wood, pending. Lesovitz checks out for Jaron. Lundy in for Warren. 1 point game here, 34 seconds to go in this first 8-minute frame. Lundy on the inbound. Run out of time, gets it into Green. Green over to none other than one of the top leading scorers in the PCL, Brady McAdams. Ball finds its way back into the hands of Caleb Lundy. They're going to milk the clock. 15 seconds left to go here. Lundy, quick double crossover, makes his way into the lane, finds his spot and his shot, using his body to shove Jordan Ellerby off of him. Ellerby's three-quarter court heave is no good. Textbook offense there, though, by Caleb Lundy. Ladies and gentlemen, only a sophomore. So Ryan, as we make our way into this first break of the evening, of course the score, not what we wanted it to be, not what we really expected it to be. But I really just think it all comes back down to the Prep not being able to hit from three-point land.
1 for 8 on the night.
Yeah.
I'm speechless on that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, not what you expect from this Prep offense, but you also need to shut down this Wood offense. This Wood offense putting up a lot of points in the first quarter.
Exactly. Putting up a lot of points in this first quarter. They're playing with pace like we saw in that last shot by Caleb Lundy. They're getting to their spots, making those tough shots as well. PCL score update for all of you fans watching. 4 minutes left in the second quarter in West Philadelphia. LaSalle leads West Catholic 27-14. A huge win for LaSalle or West Catholic as they both sit, like we said, at that 4-5 kind of spot.
Yeah, either team that wins this game, West Catholic will move up.
Excuse me, West Catholic's 5-4.
Yeah, West Catholic will stay.
But it would give LaSalle the head-to-head advantage. They would be at the same record of 5-5, and LaSalle would jump drastically up in the rankings.
And a Wood loss will mean they would move down probably into the 9 position where LaSalle is now.
Somewhere around there, yeah, for sure. Ball's intercepted by Jordan Ellerby. Goes up strong in the middle of the lane.
Aggressive defense.
It's going to be a foul by Caleb Lundy. Ellerby kind of pushes him off him. I don't know if it was a push off or it was kind of a more dramatized play by Caleb Lundy to make it look worse than it actually was. But regardless, no extracurricular foul on the play. Ellerby to the line to shoot 2 for St. Joe's Prep.
Moscow looking for a foul on that call. I don't blame him.
It looked bad.
It looked like a flop, too.
The official down there definitely had the best view in the house. He was standing right next to it. We, of course, other side, almost opposite corner in the gym, so not a great view from here as Ellerby misses his first free throw.
Definitely what you don't want to see from Ellerby.
Yeah, free throws, man.
You need points right now, down 3.
You do.
3 points are free points.
Second one is good, cutting the lead to 2. Sophomore guard Caleb Lundy with it for Archbishop Wood. McAdams driving baseline. Foul on Jordan Ellerby, and Ellerby visibly upset. And I don't really blame him. McAdams really tends to lower that leading shoulder, be that right shoulder, driving on the right side, trying to create space.
Second time this game he's done that against Ellerby.
It was called the first time for an offensive foul. Fortunately, that one went against Jordan Ellerby, and he's talking to the ref right now, probably saying, hey, what did I do wrong? The ref was probably like, you weren't set. Moving your feet. Nothing you can do there. And he's definitely going to improve on that as the game makes its way into the later stages.
They did it again. Almost triple teaming Jenkins as soon as he got the ball in the paint.
And working out in their favor as Mekhi Robertson comes away with it.
It's the second time they did that this game, and it obviously works. Coughed it up both times. Yeah. Malachi Warren comes in for the Wood Vikings.
And Julian McKee checks in for Jordan.
I think Coach Harrigan might have told Julian, you're going to play a defensive role in this game. Shut down Sharif. Hopefully he can shut down Jenkins.
I agree.
But I think shutting down Jenkins is going to be a team job.
Exactly. It's going to be a group effort. And they've done a very nice job at it so far. Not trying to jinx anything, but Lesovitz off the catch and shoot 3. Rims out once again. Ball corralled in by Jenkins.
It's that wingspan. McKee got up there, but 6'8".
Yeah, exactly.
Tough to beat.
Nothing you can do. McAdams on the drive on the left side, kicks it out to Lundy. Lundy shoving Mekhi Robertson off, extending the arm, and a clear offensive foul there by the sophomore guard.
So Mekhi knew that was a foul, so he gave it up immediately.
100%. Moscow visibly upset with Caleb Lundy as he makes his way to the bench for the Vikings.
Yeah, I think Lundy's playing with a bit of passion and aggression.
Yeah, and they all are. But that's just something that you got to control, especially when it comes to extending the arm, dropping the shoulder, things of that esque.
Yeah, Lundy seems visibly upset on the bench.
Robertson drives in the lane, straight on, attacking and finishing off the and one.
And that's a tech on the St. Joe's Prep offense, on Mekhi Robertson, it looks like.
Yeah, Robertson seemed to say something to Malachi Warren after scoring on him with the and one.
That's unacceptable by this Prep team. You need points. You get the points, but the Tech gives it right back to the Viking offense. But Mekhi will shoot a free throw, hoping to take the lead here.
Yeah, Robertson's still shooting his free throw from the and one. So the and one counts. Robertson will shoot one. And then I believe it's going to be Archbishop Wood then shooting the technical to follow. Robertson extends the three-point play and gives the Hawks their first lead of the evening. Mike Green now shooting two for Archbishop Wood. Green, like we said, one of those seniors that Archbishop Wood loves to have.
2 threes already in the game for Mike.
Exactly.
Only adding on to his point total with 8.
Played a key role last year on that Archbishop Wood team. Not as big as this year, of course, headlined by big names like, of course, Jalil Bethea and Josh Reed. I know you're going to hear that a lot tonight, but that's simply who that team was last year. And
Peterson comes in now for Mekhi Robertson.
interesting substitution, but I think it's just kind of a disciplinary thing. He already has 2 fouls. You got to take him out.
Yeah, that Tech definitely put some caution into Coach Harrigan's head.
And it's weird because you see Mekhi around school. You even see him on the court. He's a very quiet kid.
Definitely. But you don't want to lose an offensive player like Mekhi Robertson in this game.
And if you're Mekhi Robertson, you don't want to lose your cool so early into this game. Hawks in a 2-3 matchup zone. Donahue breaking it on his own with a 3-point ball, extending the lead to 4 for Archbishop Wood. Chamberlain driving left, using the step through and the pivot foot, finishing with the right hand. Olin Chamberlain under the arm of Brady McAdams.
That is a great finish for Olin.
He may only be 6 feet, 6'1", but he uses his body to get to where he needs to be. And it's some very crafty finishes around the rim. Jenkins' baseline pull-up is no good. Lesovitz in transition on the left side. Gets fouled hard as he goes up. 2 shots to come for the junior. Once again, some more PCL score updates. I said LaSalle 27-14 over Archbishop Wood, over West Catholic, at West Catholic. Judge up 2 on Archbishop Ryan, 26-24 is your score there for the Battle of the Northeast. And Carroll and Bonner tied at 13, end of the first quarter. So like I said, Ryan, that Carroll team, they really can get hot.
And they need to.
And they need to, exactly.
Playoff push.
They need to. A lot of young guys, but a lot of very good players like Matos, Luca Foster, Munir Gregg, just to name a few, Nazir Rawls.
Lesovitz able to tie up the game with free throws.
And now it's Archbishop Wood on the offensive side of things. Donahue looking for his respect, shooting the wide open 3. That one's no good. McAdams stepped out of bounds, trying to tip the ball back in. It's going to be St. Joe's Prep basketball. Chamberlain with it now for the Hawks. Just a note, St. Joe's Prep already in the bonus here at Archbishop Wood as Julian McKee knocks down another beyond the arc triple.
I know I said he came in to play a defensive role. Maybe I was wrong.
He's proving you wrong right now, 2 for 2 from beyond the arc.
And that's what this Hawk offense needs.
And that's why this Hawks team is so good. You know, when players like Jordan Allerby, like Jaron McKee, you know, maybe they're not hitting their shots. It's been Mekhi Robertson and Julian McKee, the sophomore freshman duo, who none of us really expected to have the best game, but they've been the key cogs on offense for the Hawks so far.
Definitely.
So when one man's down, another man steps up for St. Joe's Prep. Donahue pump fakes. Ball's now swung around. Hawks still in that 2-3 zone, and it's clearly giving Archbishop Wood a little bit of trouble. McAdams looks to attack right, stopped early by Olin Chamberlain. Jenkins now with it in the high post. Ball kicked around and tipped out of bounds by Julian McKee. Stays Archbishop Wood ball. But aggressive defensive stand, brought by the Hawks. Donahue on the inbound. He's looking for Green backcourt. He'll get it there. With just over halfway through this second frame. Robertson looks to check back in for St. Joe's Prep. 3-point attempted by Karan Shedrick. That one's no good. Mike Green gets the rebound and heaves up a three of his own. Knocked down. Mike Green. 3 for 3, 100% from beyond the arc tonight for him.
Mike Green coming out of the gate
sharp
hot.
Julian McKee with a little bit of a heat check of his own over Jaden Jenkins. That one's no good. Definitely tough to shoot over the 6'8 big. Donahue tries a triple off the mark. And now it's once again St. Joe's Prep. Looking for his first triple tonight is Jaron McKee. Unlucky bounce there.
McKee, kind of known as a three-point shooter, needs to make those.
Just slightly off to the mark tonight. Looks like just about everybody on this Prep team. On the backdoor cut, Karan Shedrick, wide open left-handed layup. Can't convert. That's definitely going to be one he's going to want to have back. Olin Chamberlain over the 6'8, Jaden Jenkins. His shot is no good, and they're going to say it's last hit by Archbishop Wood.
I don't know about that call.
Brady McAdams, they'll say, on the tip. So St. Joe's Prep basketball. Mekhi Robertson checks in for Julian McKee.
I think,
and I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, Julian's been having a great game. Why not keep him in? His brother Jaron tries a triple, and he knocks down his first one of the evening when it matters most. Hawks go up 3. 30-second timeout, Coach Harrigan.
That's what we need from Jaron. I mean, Jaron has proved himself to be a great shooter in the past. If he can get to a hot start.
I agree.
Now.
They don't. If you're Archbishop Wood, the last thing you need right now in a close game is Jaron McKee to get hot. Because so far, I mean, Chamberlain has 2, Jaron has 3, Ellerby has 3. But it's really Robertson with 9 and Julian McKee with 6. The sophomore and freshman duo, like I stated earlier, who have been the offensive threat for the Hawks. So if those 2-3 seniors get hot, I can imagine what Coach Bosco will be going through on that sideline.
I think Coach Moscow really wants to try and shut down this offensive kind of push by the Prep. Definitely put some points on in the second quarter with 2 minutes left to go. But I think Coach Harrigan wants to continue this offensive push 100% with that Mekhi Robertson sub.
I agree. First minutes for the night for Dylan Powell as he starts the offense for Archbishop Wood. Powell, a freshman.
One thing I do want to put out is kind of Prep's ability to kind of stop Brady McAdams.
Yeah, they have been able to contain McAdams. They've been able to contain Jenkins, too.
I mean,
but with that comes leaving Mike Green open one too many times.
Definitely.
And look, he already has 10 points. So Archbishop Wood's a very hard team to guard as they have so many supporting cast players that they bring to the table. Wide open 3 for Dylan Powell. Rims out off the mark. 2 minutes left in this second quarter. Ellerby on the pull-up jumper over Jaden Jenkins. Don't let him get hot.
All day.
Jordan Ellerby with his 5th point of the evening. Powell picks up his dribble early. Lucky to get away with that one. Hawks still in that 2-3. Mike Green swings it over to Donahue. To McAdams. Ball swung around to Powell in the corner over Lesovitz. Short off the mark.
You said earlier our ability to contain Jenkins. I think we all expected it as he blocks Jaron McKee.
Yeah, McKee on the dribble drive. Looked to beat Brady McAdams, but nothing he can really do there. 6'8" Jaden Jenkins lurking around the rim. He says no, no.
Yeah, that build is kind of like a build in 2K.
It's tough to beat. It's tough to beat. Ball stays with St. Joe's Prep. 1 minute 17 left in this one. 27-22 in favor of your St. Joe's Prep Hawks.
If I'm Coach Harrigan, I'm trying to extend my lead into halftime because this Wood offense has proved that
Who knows? Maybe they'll hold this ball for a minute. Olin Chamberlain with the travel before the setback. Just a little bit of a stutter in the feet. So Archbishop Wood will now have another offensive look before the break. Just unlucky stuff that can't happen there.
Mike Green.
Coach Harrigan setting a trap. Powell breaks it with that pass to Mike Green. Now Powell's going to pull it back out, but Mekhi Robertson and Olin Chamberlain doing a great job at the top of the 2-3 zone, hawking what seems to be every pass. Mike Green with a deep triple. That was no good, and Jordan Ellerby comes in swooping for the rebound over Jaden Jenkins.
I want to point out they are shutting down Jenkins with the offensive rebounds.
They're shutting down Jenkins on the boards, period.
Yes.
Not letting his first. Team's already in the penalty, so Jordan Ellerby will shoot 2 for St. Joe's Prep.
Not letting Jenkins get any putbacks or second chance points. Lesovitz, McKee, Robertson, and Ellerby all shutting down Jenkins.
First one is good as Julian McKee checks into the game for St. Joe's Prep.
That seems to be the main sub, Robertson for McKee.
Yep, Robertson for McKee, and it looks like Miles Peterson will check in for Jordan Ellerby, assuming he makes a second.
It's Harrigan kind of switching off that offensive and defensive kind of guys. I'm not saying Mekhi Robertson's not good at defense. I mean,
or Jordan Ellerby. I see what you're saying, though. Peterson moves McKee up to the top of the 2-3. So it's going to be headed by Olin and Jaron.
Peterson, kind of a guy who can compete with Jenkins.
Olin and Jaron send the trap on Brady McAdams. McAdams breaks it with a cross-court pass. And now the Hawks have to play a little bit of catch-up here. They regain their footing. 20 seconds. McAdams in the corner. Dribbles around, passes to Powell. Powell trying for the dribble handoff to Donahue. It's tipped out by Jaron McKee. Foul beforehand.
I don't know about that call.
Yeah, I agree. His first, team's third. So the Hawks still have one more foul to give. And it'll be interesting to see if they use it. Lundy checks in for Powell.
Up 7. I don't know if they will use this foul. Put the other team into the bonus.
But no, one more to get away from the I'm saying it's 5. McAdams on the drive. Kick out to Mike Green. Insane court vision by Brady McAdams. Wow, and Mike Green knocks down the three-point ball at the buzzer. Cutting the lead to 4 here in Warminster. 29-25 is your score at the half in favor of your St. Joe's Prep Hawks, but we do a little backtracking there. A great drive by Brady McAdams. He gets double teamed on the way up, whips it around the hands of Will Lesovitz, and Mike Green finishes the job from beyond the arc.
Mike Green's looking tough to stop.
Lights out. Lights out right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll step aside. Make sure to stay tuned for Hawk Talk at the half with Anthony Sorgi and Ryan Sullivan just after this quick break. 29-25, your score in favor of the St. Joe's Prep Hawks at the half. We'll be back in just a minute.
Good evening and welcome back to WSJP. We are live, Hawk Talk at the half. Anthony Sorgi, Ryan Sullivan alongside as we are with you. Ryan, a disappointing first half, you could say, from the Hawks. Any thoughts?
I mean, I don't know if I'd say disappointing, but you know, it's a tough environment. You have this great student section here at Archbishop Wood. They've really come out. They've laid the noise, I guess you could say. They're obviously doing a great job. You know, maybe they're getting to the Prep's head just a little bit here. I'm not necessarily sure, but nonetheless, obviously Archbishop Wood has done great. And I think the thing is, with Archbishop Wood, and I'll get into, and before you can ask any questions, I would like to recap what's going on here. People might be surprised. It was only a 4-point game, but the Prep's defense is designed to make teams shoot 3-point shots, and that's something I've mentioned, obviously, on Instagram and, you know, through here, that the Prep's defense is designed to make teams shoot 3-point shots, and Archbishop Wood is doing that. Like, they're shooting the 3-point shots, but the thing is, unlike most teams, they're making their 3-point shots, which is something that we haven't seen from the Prep. They've obviously been able to make teams miss, get the rebound, and go. We haven't seen a lot of that today. You've obviously seen Mike Green, the senior, who has done an incredible job making perimeter shots, and, you know, Archbishop Wood staying with the Prep. So, you know, I wouldn't say it's disappointing. I would say that Archbishop Wood is playing the Prep's game, but obviously they're not beating them at their own game, but they're definitely giving them a fight.
Yeah, for sure, Ryan. I want to talk about Jaron McKee and as well as some other guys, but just the general struggles for this Hawk squad. They just have not been able, at least in the first quarter, not able to hit the shots that they needed. But defensively, they've made up for it, especially in the second quarter. Not letting many shots get through for the Vikings. What have you seen from this Prep offense that has concerned you, but what have you seen from the defense that has made up for it?
I mean, to be honest, it's just not making your shots. I mean, it's just that simple at the end of the day. The Prep have taken 13 shots. They've made 3 of them. Julian McKee has done an incredible job, though. I mean, he's made 2 of those, 2 3-point shots. Don't expect that from him. You normally think to see someone like Jordan Ellerby or Jaron McKee, but Jaron McKee, he is 1 for 4 on 3-pointers, and Jordan Ellerby is 0 for 2. I was looking at them in pregame, and I was like, they're making everything. This is going to be incredible. We're going to be up by 50 at halftime, but obviously that's not the case. You know, they're only up by 4, and they haven't made too many 3-point shots, 23.08% from the field. From 3. So, you know, it is what it is. If you just come out and make perimeter shots in the second half, then you'll be fine. It really is all about the 3-ball in this game, and both teams aren't really making any. Obviously, Archbishop Wood, I think they missed like 5 or 6 straight before they made the last one at the buzzer. So, you know, they didn't make too many. The Prep's obviously not making too many. It's the battle of the perimeter shots here.
Yeah, I want to ask you about Jordan Ellerby, because in the first quarter, he was playing so much ISO ball. He was not spreading the ball to his teammates, but it felt like that changed in the second quarter. He was able to get the ball out. It felt like a better vision of where his teammates were on the floor. What can you say about Jordan and the way he's been able to improve?
That's obviously what we've seen from Jordan Ellerby a lot this season, lots of isolation basketball.
Which is not good.
And it's worked, but it has worked for over the course of the season. But today, even the game against West Catholic, it wasn't working that well either, but, you know, today it's especially here not working. It's becoming a little evident as we have to mention it here. So, you know, I think he's done a better job accepting I don't want to say lesser role, but he's done a great job in distributing the basketball. We've seen that in late game situations. We saw it against LaSalle in the late game, you know, when the game was winding down. We saw it against West Catholic. He started to distribute the ball out in late game situations. So, you know, Jordan Ellerby, he can really play multiple ways. Obviously, he can play isolation basketball. He can go one-on-one and make shots. But there are also times where he does a great job distributing the basketball, and he's done that here today. Obviously, in the first quarter, not too many shots made. He is 2 for 2 from 2-point range, but 0 for 2 from 3. Obviously, haven't seen much there. But, you know, also 3 for 4 from the free throw line. Just a little bit of too much isolation basketball. But he's been able to distribute the basketball out. Has a couple assists here in the first half. I expect that to continue. And hopefully he can get on his game as well when it comes to shooting, because the Prep is obviously going to need it.
Absolutely. What I'll say is, I think whether it be at the high school, college, or NBA level, really, I think that isolation ball is not the answer. I think you need to, you know, pass the ball around the arc. You need to find the best possible shot. But for Tuchel, if it works, it works. And I think that's something that needs to be, as you said, pointed out.
definitely. I mean, you're looking at the Prep. There are just times where isolation basketball works, and there's times it doesn't. There are teams that don't have good one-on-one defenders. It's obvious here that. Oh my God, that was a terrible voice crack. But it's obvious here that Archbishop Wood, they have good one-on-one defenders, and they're doing a good job of defending the Prep one-on-one. So it's not necessarily the Prep is bad at going isolation ball, and it's not like it doesn't work all the time. I do agree with you that isolation basketball is definitely not the way to go. Team basketball is what wins championships, and we've seen the Prep do a great job kicking the ball around the perimeter a couple times and find the open guy for three. And, there are other times that we've seen them go isolation. But today it seems like we're just going to need to kick it around the perimeter, find the open guy. Jaron McKee, he's had open shots. He's made one of them. But, he made his last one, so I would expect him to get going here in the second half. So if that's the way the Prep's got to play today, then so be it. I expect Coach Harrigan, who is my PCL Coach of the Year, to definitely do a good job in figuring out what the Prep needs.
Before we take a look at the scores around the PCL, I want to ask you two quick things.
Yep.
Halftime adjustments, what's Coach going to need to do? Second of all, what is this Archbishop Wood student section? How are they playing into this game and making it harder on the Hawks?
I mean, when it comes... I'm sorry, did you ask about Coach Harrigan? I couldn't hear you.
Halftime adjustments.
Halftime adjustment for the Prep?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you meant Archbishop Wood. I couldn't hear too well. But anyway, I think the Prep, you just got to... Obviously, we mentioned it throughout the break here. There's obviously been a bit of criticism, and fair criticism, when it comes to going isolation basketball, but they fixed it late in the first half, and I expect them to do that in the second half. I mean, also Coach Harrigan did a good job in the second quarter, adjusting, making sure that Archbishop Wood was taking outside perimeter shots. They weren't getting inside. Obviously, they have Jalen Jenkins, amongst others, who can drive inside. So I think Coach Harrigan just needs to really stick what he was doing in the second half. The Prep, they need to drive inside, and they need to pass the ball around the perimeter. And then obviously they need to lock up defensively and make them shoot outside shots. But I'm sorry, what was your second question?
Second question, real quick 10-second answer. How has this Wood student section been able to play into this game and affect it?
I mean, to be honest, I don't really know how well they've done in really playing against, playing into the Prep. The Prep are 9 or 8 from the free throw line, which is obviously where you feel the most pressure. So I wouldn't say that they are doing I don't want to say a great job, but they're obviously not making too much of an effect. Makai Robertson, though, did have a technical foul, so that can maybe be getting in his head, maybe frustrating him just a little bit.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily know what they're thinking in their head, so, I don't know.
That will do it for Hawk Talk at the half here on WSJP. Gavin Heinerichs, Ryan Connaughton on the call for the second half after this.
Welcome back to Warminster, Pennsylvania here, where your St. Joe's Prep Hawks currently lead the Archbishop Wood Vikings by a score of 29-25. I'm Gavin Heinerichs, joined by my color analyst, Ryan Connaughton, for the second half of this PCL matchup. Start off by a foul committed on Archbishop Wood. Sideline out of bounds for St. Joe's Prep. Ellerby with it at the top of the key, guarded tightly by Donahue. Surveying his options as a senior guard. Swings to Lezovitz. Lezovitz attacking on the right side. Loses his dribble. Clumsy turnover there by St. Joe's Prep. Lundy in transition with it. Looks down low to Jenkins. Jenkins on the reverse. Crafty, nice finish with the right hand on the left side by Jaden Jenkins.
Able to shut down Jenkins in the first half. I hope they're able to do it in the second half.
Things not going St. Joe's Prep's way here. Offensive foul. No, excuse me.
Yeah, offensive foul on Will Lesovitz.
Offensive foul on Will Lesovitz. He said Brady McAdams. Probably just a number confusion there. So Lezovitz's foul puts the ball back in the hands of Archbishop Wood. Jenkins, top of the key. Kicks to McAdams. McAdams down on the right side. Untouched, unscathed. Brady McAdams.
Harrigan.
Easy right-handed layup, looking like he's in the layup line.
Seems upset with the referees.
Top of the backboard on Jordan Ellerby's three-point attempt. And once again, it's Archbishop Wood ball. So 3 quick offensive possessions for St. Joe's Prep. And Archbishop Wood have capitalized on each and every turnover.
Yeah, tie game now. 29-29.
Not how you wanted to start this second half off if you're St. Joe's Prep. If you're Archbishop Wood, don't get too cocky yet. But you're on cloud 9.
I know, this Prep's offense has proved in the
Lundy
last-
on the cut. Pump fakes, tries to get Robertson to jump in the air. Robertson doesn't actually jump. Pump fake hurting more than helping Caleb Lundy. Ball rattles around out of bounds, stays with Archbishop Wood there.
This Prep offense has proved that they can put some quick points on the board and take a lead. But
Yeah.
they need to score to do
Exactly. Inbound to Jenkins. They look for that all first half. The Prep defended it well. Not so well there. Jaden Jenkins with an easy layup, towering over every single St. Joe's Prep player there.
that. Yeah, Jenkins with the second pair of
Robertson
points.
driving right side. Tries a floater to McAdams. Doesn't get it. McAdams off the rebound. Going coast to coast. Looking to finish. Rebounded by Jenkins. Jenkins puts it up in a 6-point run for Jaden Jenkins on his own. Accompanied by 2 points with Brady McAdams. 8-0 run to start the second half for Archbishop Wood.
Jaden Jenkins, his first second chance points of the night.
Yeah,
Prep shut him down in
they
the
did.
first half.
They did. Not letting him get any
Something
rebounds.
is going wrong in the second half. And then Brady McAdams, is that his first pair of points on the night?
No,
Probably
he's had a
not,
few. He's had a
but-
few.
Yeah.
McAdams had a few of his own. But, yeah, it's really been Jaden Jenkins off those second chance points. And it's been also credit to Archbishop Wood being able to find him on things like backdoor cuts down in the post, in the high post as well. And with that 6'8" frame, he's just able to tower over every single kid wearing a black jersey tonight.
No subs yet for Coach Harrington.
Yeah, Harrigan's going to keep out everybody. So it's going to be Lesovitz, Makai Robertson, Jordan Allerby, Jeremy McKee, and Olin Chamberlain. For Archbishop Wood, it's Brady McAdams, Jaden Jenkins, Brian Donahue, Caleb Lundy, and the three-point sharpshooter, Mike Green. Robertson dribbles at Allerby. He cuts backdoor. No one's home. Chamberlain with it, top of the key, guarded by Lundy. Robertson bobbles it off the off-ball screen set by Lesovitz. Quick crossover. Left to the pivot foot, has to give it up. He gives it to Jeremy McKee.
Great take
finishing
by
on the
Jared
left side.
McKee.
Wow.
Gets the first points for the Prep team in the second half.
Turns on the burners there. A little burst of energy going downhill
Getting
on that
by.
left side.
Getting by the big man Jenkins.
Brady McAdams seemingly running through Jordan Allerby on that left side. No call there. You would assume it's either an offensive or a defensive foul. Refs let him play with that one. And a wide open left-handed layup for Brady McAdams. 2 more points for Archbishop Wood.
We saw
Allerby, top of the key, 3 over Jenkins. No good.
We saw similar plays to that in the first half where there was a call on both of them.
McAdams extends the run for Archbishop Wood with a 3-point ball of his own.
McAdams and Jenkins are hot, ladies and gentlemen.
Going into the half, trailing by 5. Coming out of it now, leading by 7. 14-2 run for Archbishop Wood. And the students here are loving it in Warminster. Robertson off the screen, set by Lesovitz. 3-point ball, no good.
2 guys this St. Joe's Prep team don't want to let get hot.
McAdams off the dribble, handoff by Brian Donahue. That one's going to be short, and now it's Ellerby out in transition. Don't jump with him. Brian Donahue taking the challenge. Actually going to deny Jordan Ellerby's dunk. Brian Donahue got up there. Fouled him on the way up, so Ellerby's going to take a trip to the line. But boy, do the fans love that one.
Ellerby's a very aggressive guy when he goes up for a dunk. But Donahue took that challenge and made something with it.
A lot of nerve, a lot of guts to jump up there with Jordan Allerby. Definitely last place you want to be is on some sort of mixtape. Being the guy that got dunked on. Now Donahue could be touted as the guy who blocked Jordan Allerby.
Blocked the
Saying
foul.
all of this with a foul exactly on the play. First free throw is good. Julian McKee checks in for Will Lesovitz. Hawks with a very short bench tonight. I know they really ran 7, but Miles Peterson has seen limited minutes. It's been mostly Julian McKee off the bench. McKee started as more of a 7th man at the beginning of the season.
Worked his way to the 6th.
Worked his way to that 6th-man position.
I think Harrigan's going to go for more of a defensive approach
He has to.
now.
He has to.
McKee did look like the guy to shut down Jenkins, and now Jenkins with 6
Lundy
points.
on the drive to Mike Green. Don't want to leave him open. Perfection from beyond the arc. Mike Green strikes again for the Vikings. Killer.
He even stayed covered, and he made it.
McKee with a hand in his face on that one isn't able to stop Mike Green. Couple missed layup attempts on the prep side of things. Mike Green steps to the side. 3-point shot again. Mike Green, the senior, doing it and getting it done on senior night. 11-point lead for Archbishop Wood.
He is making this senior night memorable,
to say the least.
Hasn't missed 1 3 yet.
And the last 2 were contested, and an off-the-dribble step back from the kid.
Ending the first half with a buzzer beater, too. Looking unstoppable.
He's been the X factor. Ellerby on the left side wanting a foul, not going to get one. And Archbishop Wood now with possession of the basketball and with an 11-point lead. The question is Archbishop Wood Coach Harrigan's kryptonite? The Prep's kryptonite for these past 4 years. McAdams drives on the right side, blocked by Jordan Ellerby, though, at the rim. Jaron McKee trying
to
cut this run for Archbishop Wood. Makai Robertson does so, though, on the rebound. Left hand going up strong. Timeout called by St. Joe's Prep, I want to say.
Seems a little bit of conflict with the coaches.
Yeah, Coach Moscow ran out there with a little bit of anger, talking to the ref. It's going to be a full timeout on the floor.
One thing I also want to say is the St. Joe's Prep has not been afraid to challenge Jenkins in the paint. Most of their points are in the paint. Almost.
But I agree with what you're saying in the earlier part of this third quarter, but it's been from beyond the arc. McAdams hitting a 3 of his own. Mike Green hitting 2 threes of his own. You know, going into the half down 5, now up 9. Of course, Makai Robertson kind of sliced that hot streak that Archbishop Wood had going for them. Coach Harrigan then calling the timeout, trying to tell those guys to regroup, and you almost wonder, could Jason Harrigan have called that timeout a little bit earlier?
I think he should have.
I think he should have, because away game, it's all about momentum, right? It's all about, especially with a huge shooting section that Archbishop Wood has, you want to cut that momentum and dumb it down.
I would think
to the best of your abilities. The timeout would do so.
I would think he would have taken the timeout after Mike Green drained his first 3.
Or even second 3. Maybe give him a little bit of chance. That second 3, though, when that crowd just erupted.
Drain that momentum.
Exactly. But regardless, Makai Robertson did a little bit of that on his own with his putback layup. And then the timeout came. St. Joe's Prep kind of regrouped, and they looked a bit out of fashion there, not knowing what to do when Archbishop Wood went on that run. Let's see if they can hone back in for these final 10 minutes and 30 seconds. Lundy on the drive. Ball tipped around by Jordan Ellerby, and then Julian McKee. He regains possession. Green looks to drive left. Kicks it out to McAdams. McAdams now inside to Jenkins. Makai Robertson leaves Brady McAdams wide open. His 3-pointer off the mark.
McKee getting physical with
He is. And that's what you
Jenkins
need to do against
in the
Jaden
paint.
Jenkins. Makai Robertson going up strong on the right.
challenging him.
Up and under. Around Jaden Jenkins. The 6'8" big is no match for the sophomore guard.
Not afraid of that height.
Have yourself a game, Makai Robertson, with 13 of his own. Lundy calls for the high screen, then slows down the offense. Ball over to Mike Green. Green guarded tightly by Robertson.
I think guarded tightly is the play for this guy.
Exactly. He's not getting any more 3-point looks tonight if the Prep has anything to do about it. And as I say that, Mike Green again
misses his first one of the night.
Snaps to perfection. St. Joe's Prep catching a little bit of a break there. McKee looking to get to where he wants to go. Quick dish to his brother, Julian. That brother-to-brother chemistry there. A nice find there by Jared. Julian goes up strong and gets fouled. 2 shots to come for him. Looking to cut this one back down to 5.
One thing I just saw was Olin huddling up the team, almost getting them to refocus on this game. I think that's a big leadership role for Olin Chamberlain.
Julian McKee knocks down his first. 7 points on the night for the freshman. Coming up big for the Hawks this evening. It's really been this 5 that's been clicking the most.
Definitely.
Will Lesevich has done a great job on the offensive and defensive side of things, but Julian McKee's just played better this evening. And you know, against West Catholic, it was Will Lesevich, and this prep team, they have 6, 7 guys who can really play basketball. Jenkins off the pass from Lundy. His layup is no good. Caleb Lundy with the rebound. Second opportunity here for Archbishop Wood. Lundy guarded by McKee.
Yeah,
Fakes right now, goes left. Trying to go downhill. He gets it into McAdams. Robertson a little bit too antsy there, trying to go for the steal. McAdams with the pump fake. Gets 2 prep players sailing. Easy finish for the junior.
That defense really shut down Jenkins
They
on
did.
that second chance points. But you can't just focus on Jenkins. I mean, Brady
You
McAdams
can't. Exactly.
has proven himself.
Jordan Ellerby driving on the left side. But Malachi Warren steps in. In my opinion, not set whatsoever at all. And it might have just been Jordan Ellerby extending the arm, lowering the shoulder a little bit too much. But God, in my opinion, Malachi Warren very off balance on that play. Regardless, offensive foul on Jordan Ellerby. Archbishop Wood with the basketball, and they'll definitely hold here for the final shot, looking to extend the lead to 10 or 11 before the final 8 minutes. Lundy puts Robertson on skates, had a wide open right-handed layup, decides to pull it back out, gets behind Robertson again. And it's going to be Robertson with the reach from behind. 3 fouls for Makai Robertson. 3 on the Hawks as a team in general. Lundy to inbound it for Archbishop Wood. Gets it to Green. Green to Warren. Warren dribbling it out. Gotta go. 4 seconds. Gets it to Lundy. Lundy with the heave from deep 3-point line. Rebounded by Mike Green before the buzzer sounds. No good, but foul on the play.
Mike Green fouled as he was going up.
They're going to say Julian McKee. And so 2 shots for Mike Green to extend this lead to double digits in favor of the Vikings going into the final frame.
Right now, I think the St. Joe's Prep team needs to take a chill pill, clear their head, kind of shut out this student section who is definitely has a lot of momentum. And a coach on Prep.
It's going to be Coach Hightower. Technical foul on the bench here for St. Joe's Prep.
Right now, you're down by 10. That can't happen.
And it looks like the refs are kind of losing control of the game.
That's
We got
free.
players talking to each other. You got coaches complaining to the refs.
That can't happen. That's 3 points for the Vikings.
Still waiting on the official call here. It's going to be a technical foul on the St. Joe's Prep bench. That was both Jason Harrigan and Chris Hightower talking to the officials after the fact. No other fouls are on the play, although there were a couple words exchanged between players. Mike Green to the line for Archbishop Wood. First 3 more, he was shooting 2 for the foul and then 2 for the technical. So 3 more shots for Mike Green. 0 for 1, now 0 for 2, and good old saying, ball don't lie. McAdams to shoot the technical for Archbishop Wood. Smart move there by Moscow.
MVP chance.
As they chant MVP for Brady McAdams. He knocks down his first.
definitely came alive in that third quarter.
And it's really been Jordan Ellerby kind of heading that MVP conversation. But Brady McAdams wasn't too far out of it. They match up here tonight, and McAdams definitely with the upper hand. 2 for 2. So 50% for Archbishop Wood. Could have been a 12-point lead. They'll take 10, though. 0.3 seconds left on the clock in this third quarter due to the technical foul. Not enough time to get a shot off, so it's going to have to be a little tip-in volleyball kind of shot. You need 0.4 seconds to shoot an actual shot.
I wouldn't be surprised if they give it to someone and just chuck it up.
But you physically cannot chuck it up under 0.4 seconds.
Never know.
It's going to have to be, it's going to literally have to be a tip-in. Like, that's like a rule in basketball is it won't count if it's under 0.4 seconds. And so I wonder if they try to run a play, maybe a tip-in at the basket. Like, it has to be,
it's gonna be a bunch
literally
of
tapped. Like I said, no shot there from Dylan Powell. Nothing else Archbishop Wood really could have done with 0.3 seconds left on the clock. But going into the fourth quarter here, change of events. Tides turn here in Warminster, 48-38 in favor of the Archbishop Wood Vikings.
I think this prep offense needs to calm down a little bit, clear their heads, definitely showing that they're off focus in that third quarter.
I agree. Hawks had it at the beginning of the third quarter, holding their own, and then Archbishop Wood went on that run, and they were flustered. They looked flustered out there, couldn't make their shots. It was just kind of running up and back down, running up and down the court, trying to play defense, trying to score on offense, but it was a lot of forced shots. Not typical St. Joe's Prep basketball that we've seen all year. 8 more minutes, though, to prove us wrong.
Seniors kind of huddling up the group here, telling them to refocus.
You got to take control. And this is where seniority comes into effect. I mean, a combined 16 points between Olin Chamberlain, Jaron McKee, and Jordan Ellerby tonight. Uncharacteristic for the Hawks. Makai Robertson and Julian McKee with a combined 20, 13 for Robertson, 7 for Julian McKee, the freshman. They picked up some of that slack, but it's really got to be those seniors coming alive in this final frame.
It looks like this Wood offense still
Lundy with it, driving, left side,
coming out
finishing.
aggressive.
Caleb Lundy on the left side, 12-point lead now for Archbishop Wood. How can St. Joe's Prep respond? Robertson calls for the dribble handoff. Now gives it to Ellerby in the high post. Great spin move by Jordan Ellerby, arguing for the foul, and he's going to get the call, going up strong with the right. Jaden Jenkins.
This Wood offense up 10, still putting their pedal to the metal,
They are.
hoping to extend this lead.
Trying to do whatever they can, but a nice job there by Jordan Ellerby with the spin move on Donahue. Had made him out of the play. Then goes downhill and takes on 2 defenders. Unable to finish through the traffic, but gets the foul call. First one is good for the Florida Gulf Coast commit. Second one follows in suit. Lundy with it now for Archbishop Wood. 7 minutes left to play. Lundy wants that matchup on Will Lesovitz on the left side, untouched. Caleb Lundy, a routine left-hand layup there for him. 2 more points added to Archbishop Wood's total. Olin Chamberlain with the response of his home. Don't want to see him get hot. 3-pointer is good for the senior.
Olin looks to come alive right there. Almost driving down the court instantly.
You need him right now. 5 points.
3.
5 points, 3 of them coming there. Quiet night for Olin Chamberlain. But a great way to start off this fourth quarter. 2-3 zone for St. Joe's Prep. Lundy with it at the top. Got Jenkins in the middle.
Lesovitz on Jenkins. But
Yeah,
it looks
Lundy
like
calling for the high screen. He's going to have to retreat out of there. Ball swung around to McAdams. He's guarded tightly in the corner by Lesovitz. McAdams looks to go middle. Pump faking, finds Mike Green out on the wing. Green's three, no good.
very unlike Green.
Well, I mean, when you're perfect for 7-8 shots in a row, you're bound to miss a few. Olin Chamberlain heat checking from that same spot. Unable to get that one. Quick shot there, though, by St. Joe's Prep. You want to see a more valued offensive possession, especially being down 9 points.
I think Olin's trying to get the team's momentum up.
Great find there by Mike Green in the middle to Brady McAdams. McAdams unable to finish with the easy layup over Robertson. Robertson with a three-point shot of his own. And it just seems like the Hawks are coming down and shooting whatever.
I think right now they're trying to get the momentum up.
And all you need is really 1-3. That steal right there by Olin Chamberlain might do the trick, though. Jordan Ellerby in transition. He's going to get fouled by Mike Green.
Very, very upset about that call.
Yeah, he wanted to go all the way. You could see it. But as I was saying, you do want to get the momentum back in your favor, but you also don't want to just come down and shoot the first shot you get when it's not a good shot. They're settling right now, and it was shown by that shot there by Mekhi Robertson. So a couple more passes, a better offensive possession here for St. Joe's Prep is what they need to get this momentum back in their favor. And Jaron McKee will do it for them on the left side.
Jaron McKee getting Jenkins a jump and then driving into the paint for an easy layup. Now you just need to shut
Cuts
down
the lead to 7.
this Viking offense.
Lundy drives right, kicks it to McAdams. McAdams with the pull-up jumper, no good. Ball is rebounded and put back in by Malachi Warren. 30-second timeout, Archbishop Wood. 9-point lead in favor now of the Vikings.
The Hawks have been very good with limiting second chance points and putbacks. But right there, just let one slip. Malachi Warren just gets up there and puts it right back up.
And that's just the routine saying of every middle school, elementary school coach. You got to go. You got to find your man. You got to box him out. Put a body on someone. No one put a body on Malachi Warren. And the high flyer got up there, finishing on the left side. It's just these little things that are adding up for St. Joe's Prep.
No substitutions for the Hawks.
Yeah, he's going to keep the starting five out there. Still yet to see a Julian McGee appearance in this fourth quarter, which I do sort of question.
I do question too. Julian McKee has done a great job with shutting down Jenkins in the paint and getting boards in general.
I agree. Will Lesovitz has held his own.
Yeah, Will Lesovitz has done a very good job also.
Archbishop Wood in a bit of a 3-2 zone of their own. 3-2, 1-2-2, whatever you want to call it.
Backdoor cut. No
Zone
good.
defense. Chamberlain settles for the shot. That one's no good. Rebounded by Jenkins. Jenkins throws it away to McAdams. McAdams trapped in the backcourt. Looks like he stepped on the line.
But they're calling a foul.
Foul's going to be on Will Lesovitz, so Archbishop Wood ball.
That's a very questionable call.
I swear
right
I saw
there.
McAdams' foot step on the line.
Very
on this near
questionable
baseline.
Call.
Regardless, Archbishop Wood ball. It definitely was a foul.
It was a foul.
But my argument was I thought I saw McAdams' foot step out on the baseline beforehand.
Yeah, I think something should have been called earlier.
It would have been close, though. It was barely on the line from what I saw. Wide open, Brian Donahue driving baseline, and the crafty finish up and under, spinning it off the glass.
Very good take by Brian Donahue. Amazing lay. Jordan Ellerby now.
Looking for the response. Mekhi Robertson fighting for the rebound, and he's going to be bumped by Mike Green on the push.
You said it earlier. It's just kind of another first shot you see
Exactly.
kind of take.
And that's what the Prep, they haven't really been in this situation if you think back all year. I mean, Roman Catholic, you could argue that was more of a closer game, though, back and forth kind of style. This game, they're down by a pretty significant amount of points. They need to come back, only have 4 minutes to do so, and they've kind of resulted to that Prep team that we've saw these past 3 years of chucking up shots, not looking for the best look. Right there, though, is a great look by Jaron McKee, finding a backdoor cutting. Jordan Ellerby, he slams it down with authority on the baseline.
This Prep defense is getting very aggressive on these full court traps.
Yeah, they're now bringing full court pressure, trying to cause as much havoc as they can on the defensive end. Lundy drives in, tries to find a backdoor cutting. Donahue unable to corral that one in.
That is
St.
a
Joe's Prep ball.
momentum loss.
It is. It is. It's a turnover you can't have, especially if the Prep is able to capitalize, off of this one. Ellerby with it, guarded by Warren. Calls for the high screen from Will Lesovitz. Ellerby finds room. Routine left side.
Great take from Jordan Ellerby.
Able to break through his defenders.
The Vikings kind of wasting time on these.
And they can. Clock's your friend. Up 7.
Definitely.
Lundy between the legs, crossover, all that jazz. Out at
Will
the half-court line.
Lesovitz pulling one down with authority.
And now it's Jaron McKee with the triple. No good. Chamberlain swoops in for the rebound, and they're going to get him for a foul. Chamberlain with 2. 2 fouls on the night.
No substitutes yet.
Number
for
0.
The Hawks.
Yeah, still no substitutes. Rolling with the
Still
starting
that
5.
starting lineup.
Timeout called by Jason Harrigan. It's a full timeout on the floor. 56-49, 2:57 left in this PCL thrower. And, you know, Ryan, I know we both predicted St. Joe's Prep to win, but what we've been saying constantly throughout this one, and I said it earlier, you said it earlier as well, is no game in the PCL is a gimme game.
Definitely.
Especially on the road against a very streaky young team like Archbishop Wood.
The Hawks came into this with a really good record, 9-0, kind of in the playoff picture already.
Yep, exactly.
This Vikings team came with something to play with. Senior night, playoff push, end of the season.
Yeah.
They need a win.
Exactly.
And they definitely showed it.
And St. Joe's Prep has done such a great job at not letting that perfection, that 9-0 record, undefeated in the PCL, get to their head in a lot of these games. And you wonder tonight if it kind of eventually caught up to them, because they've never really been in this. They've never been in this position before, especially these senior guards, Olin Chamberlain, Jaron McKee, Jordan Ellerby. They've never had this great undefeated record. Kind of, they're coming in trying to defend that title of being number 1 in the Catholic League. Still will be with a loss, the way it pans out. But like I said, you want that perfect record. Archbishop Wood coming in this one 4-5. If we lose, we lost to the best team. But if we win, let's go shock the world and beat St. Joe's Prep.
Yeah.
Jenkins tries to slam it over Lesovitz. That one's going to be no good. Tipped out by Will. Great defense by the junior forward. Hawks with it on the offensive side of things. Chamberlain, shimmy, shaking, spin moving into the lane. Kicks out to Lesovitz. Need it, got it. Will Lesovitz connects from beyond the arc. Cuts the lead to 4.
Great shot from Will Lesovitz in Jenkins' face. Not letting that height
And
get
now the
in his
Hawks
mind.
send the pressure. They're going to get Jordan Ellerby with a foul. Is that his 4th or his 5th? Pushing Caleb Lundy out of bounds.
I think that will be his 4th foul of the night.
It is.
4th foul
It
of
is
the
his
night.
4th. So definitely something to watch here. Jordan Ellerby in foul trouble. Ball tipped out by Mekhi Robertson, and they're going to say it's off Caleb Lundy. They're going to say it's off Caleb Lundy.
Great defense from Mekhi Robertson.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that call at all. It was great defense by Mekhi Robertson, but it seemed like a clear tip out by Robertson. Regardless, I'm not going to argue.
Jordan Ellerby has to be cautious though. 4 fouls, 1 more and he's out.
Ellerby attacking up to that pivot foot. It's going to be a kickball violation. Archbishop Wood stays St. Joe's Prep possession. Back to that play though. Tipped out by Mekhi Robertson.
Wood has 3 fouls.
Tipped out by Mekhi Robertson. Totally thought it was going to be Archbishop Wood ball. We like the defensive aggression. And then we get that signal that it's St. Joe's Prep basketball. 2:17 left in such a close game, and you're just overcome with joy if you're a St. Joe's Prep fan.
Yeah, only down 4. 2 minutes left.
11 points.
This game's still anyone's
11-point lead for Archbishop Wood at one point. This game seemed to be over the way it was trending. But these past couple minutes, the Hawks have hit their shots. They've honed in on offense. Will Lesovitz with a huge 3 in this near corner right next to us, cutting the lead to 4. And that leaves us where we're at now, 56-52 in favor of the Vikings. St. Joe's Prep basketball. Olin Chamberlain taking it out for the Hawks.
Coach Moscow getting very mad, it looks like, with this
And I would be.
stalling.
Will Lesovitz with the heat check from the top of the key. Over Jaden Jenkins. Will Lesovitz, 2 for 2 when you need him. 6-point run on his own. The junior forward making an impact in the later stages of the game.
They're going to call a foul on Mekhi Robertson. I completely disagree with that call. He had that ball. It was
Little bit of a makeup
steal.
call. Little bit of a makeup call.
Yeah, definitely.
Little bit of a makeup call. And it's okay. He has some fouls to give, so he's not in any foul trouble. I think he's at 3 now.
He has some
But 2
fouls
minutes
to
left to
give.
go.
One more to give.
And the turnover on Archbishop
Steal
Wood.
from Olin Chamberlain.
Lundy throws it to Chamberlain. Chamberlain for 3. Off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Jenkins. A careless turnover, though, by Caleb Lundy. Almost led to disaster for the Vikings.
This defense has really showed up in
They
this
have.
fourth quarter.
McAdams on the right side, taking Robertson to the hole. Looking to finish strong with the right. He can't get it to go. Ball is fought for and taken away by Jaron McKee.
Very aggressive rebounding by the Hawks.
And it's going to be a foul on Brady McAdams. His 4th foul of the evening. Ellerby with 4, McAdams with 4.
Team's fourth.
Teams both with 4. One more foul, either team, and you're shooting. Ellerby fakes the pull-up, kick out to McKee from deep! Darren McKee, the new Dayton Flyer!
He comes in clutch when you need it.
Hitting it from deep late down the stretch. 2-point lead for St. Joe's Prep.
Huge lead take for the Hawks with 1 minute left to go.
St. Joe's Prep have taken over here in these final 4 minutes of the fourth quarter. Jenkins off the pick and roll, and ball is tipped around out of bounds by the big man. St. Joe's Prep possession. Timeout. John Moscow.
Shutting down Jaden Jenkins in the paint. Immediately triple teaming him, forcing another cough up, and the ball getting tipped out of bounds.
Wow.
What a turn of events.
Turn of events here in Warminster, Pennsylvania. McKee coming into that shot 0-5 from beyond the arc.
What a comeback by this Hawks team. Down by 11 in the fourth quarter. Now up 2 with 54 seconds left.
Exactly. And possession of the basketball.
And
Let's not forget
possession of
that.
the basketball.
Like I said, though, Jaron McKee coming into that shot 0-5 from 3. Hits that one. He makes him 1 for 6, but you almost forget about the missed 3-pointers because that was such a big shot down the stretch. That's cool. That's cool. .54 seconds left to go. Both teams looking ready to come out of the timeout. Whew. Wow. It was the Jaron McKee 3, and then down on the defensive side of things, it seemed to be a group effort in locking down Jaden Jenkins off the pick and roll and tipping that one off of him out of bounds, giving the Hawks back possession.
I'm speechless, Gavin.
I'm speechless too, Ryan. Ellerby on the inbound, gets it to Lesovitz.
It will be a
waiting
jump
on the
ball.
ball.
Whoa, Lesovitz on the ground. Looks like he got shoved. Rest call, St. Joe's ball.
I believe it's going to be a jump. So the possession arrow is going to switch. Full timeout called on the floor. Lesovitz wants the foul. There was a little bit of pushing and shoving after the fact. Not going to get one. Full timeout called by the Prep.
Do you think they're going to make any substitutions?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, this defense has proved that.
I don't want to say it's a dumb question because it's kind of mean.
Yeah,
But with Will Lesovitz catching fire so late
definitely.
in this fourth quarter,
100%.
turning the tide
You don't want to sub
for
him
St.
out
Joe's Prep,
while he's
you
hot.
definitely don't want to sub out the hot hand. And then you're up to subbing Mekhi or the 3 seniors. You don't want to take the 3 seniors out. Mekhi Robertson is having himself a game with 13 points. Jordan Ellerby, leading scorer with 15. A quiet 15, though.
A quiet 15.
Robertson with a more loud 13 than Ellerby's quiet 15. But I think the loudest is Julian McKee, 7.
Definitely.
Hitting threes, grabbing boards, hustling.
Shutting down Jaden Jenkins on
The
the
sixth
boards.
man everyone needs. The
Yes.
sixth man every PCL team would die to have. And hopefully, and will be, not hopefully, a starter next year. Kai Robertson running the play a little bit too early there. Regardless, ball into Jordan Ellerby in transition, lobs it up to Makai Robertson. Miscommunication, and that is not what you want to happen. Hawks turn the ball over on the miscommunicated alley-oop. Ellerby not in sync with Makai Robertson on that one. Caleb Lundy and the Vikings will have one more chance to tie this one up, and they'll take 40 seconds.
Alley-oop is not the play there. I don't think it was designed to be an alley-oop. I think it was
I don't think it was either.
supposed to be a pass to Makai.
I don't think it was either.
McAdams
finishes
going up with the
with
foul
the
call.
Foul is called on the play, and one for the PCL leading scorer.
McAdams saying, yo, I'm still here. Game ain't over.
Wow.
And one
A
call.
lot of time left, though. 28 seconds left up on the clock. Hawks have a lot of time to work with. But then you flash back to that last offensive possession, and you think, well, what if Jordan Ellerby just tried to lay that up on his own, or made the easy bounce pass to Makai Robertson for the wide open right-handed layup? Hawks got a little too flashy there, and it hurt him. It would have been cool to see on a mixtape, on the highlight reel, the alley-oop that put the exclamation point on the game. But when
right
it goes
now-
wrong, it goes bad.
Right now,
McAdams sinks the free throw.
the mixtape is not important. The win is important. Hawks need to get down the court
And score.
and score. They need to get a point on the board.
They will be in the
Take back
bonus
the
with the
lead.
next foul. So Archbishop Wood cannot foul. 59-58. 25 seconds left to go. Jordan Ellerby wasting no time. Two-handed block by Jaden Jenkins at the rim. Out of bounds on Archbishop Wood.
Showing his length, showing his build with that two-handed block.
Still a lot of time left. Still a lot of time left. 22 seconds.
This offense has not been afraid to go up with him.
Chamberlain in the corner. Trying to work on Caleb Lundy. Using his body. Finds Lezovitz in the corner. Over Jenkins. Will Lezovitz! Is that the dagger? 3-point triple
Will
from the
Lezovitz
junior.
saying, I'm here. This is my game.
3 for 3 in the late fourth quarter stretches. Will Lezovitz from deep. And he might have just hit the biggest shot of the evening. 2-point lead for St. Joe's Prep. John Moscow and the Vikings call timeout with just under 7 seconds left to play here at Archbishop Wood. Wow.
What a shot by Will Lezovitz.
Over the 6'8 Jaden Jenkins. Nothing but net.
He has not been afraid to do that in the evening.
And we talked earlier, maybe we should have Julian McKee in for Will Lezovitz, but Coach
Prove me
Harrigan,
wrong.
Coach Harrigan must know something special that we do not know over here.
He must see the future.
He's got to.
What a shot by Will Lezovitz.
Coming to Archbishop Wood, trying to beat this scrappy, young Archbishop Wood team in front of their crowd on senior night. It's definitely a tough task, but can the Hawks remain undefeated and do so? That question will be answered in 6.7 seconds. 61-59, McAdams takes it out for the Vikings.
Hawks cannot foul.
No fouls.
Wood is in the bonus.
That's going to be a timeout called by Moscow. Got to talk it over once again with his guys. Doesn't want to mess this up. You can't mess it up. Do they go for the 3? Do you go for the 2? Do you take what they give you? What do you
If
think?
I'm Moscow, I'm going for the tie. I mean,
You have momentum.
you have the moment. Do you have
Do
the
you have the?
momentum?
I mean, you have the crowd.
You have
Put it
the
that way.
crowd. You definitely have the crowd. But 3's the riskier shot.
True.
Play it safe. Take the 2.
I'd say
Try
yeah.
and force overtime.
I draw a play up for a 2, and if all goes, then you just gotta settle for the 3. Still a lot of time left. 6.7 seconds left. Definitely can run a little something, get a shot off. Listen, did we expect it to be this close? No.
Yeah.
But like you said earlier, it could be this close. And that's the way it's shaping up to be now. 61-59. Archbishop Wood in the bonus. Hawks in the bonus on the next foul committed on Archbishop Wood. So both teams shooting free throws on the next fouls.
Mackay and Ellerby on the full court press.
They are. Ball inbound into Lundy. Lundy dribbles up the court, hands it off to McAdams. McAdams driving left side, lays it in with the right hand at the buzzer. Untouched, weaving through defenders. Brady McAdams ties the game. We're going to OT. What a blunder there on the defensive side of things for St. Joe's Prep. Weaves through what seemed to be the whole the whole team.
I'm not surprised by that play call. McAdams has been hot this second half.
It was a great play call. You inbound it to Lundy. Lundy dribbles up the court, stops at midcourt. The dribble handoff threw off the defensive effort by St. Joe's Prep. And then McAdams downhill.
Took the
force.
easy layup.
Tough to stop.
What do you
Couldn't
think
do it
went
there.
wrong there?
It was miscommunication on that handoff. They got lost on that handoff. McAdams had a little bit of space, and he didn't look back there. He did not look back from there.
Forces OT. Gavin, this has been a great game.
It has been a great game.
Can this go up in the rankings with the Roman game?
Of course. Of course it can. Is it over the Roman game? I mean, some may argue. I mean, it's overtime. And it's just like your classic story of the guys on top playing the scrappy 9 seed who are fighting to get in the playoffs, like you said, and just want to take them down here in front of their home crowd on their senior night.
I mean,
Mackay Robertson to tip it off for St. Joe's Prep. It's usually Will Lesovitz who fills that role.
He is the bunnies.
He can get up there.
Going up against
But I mean, there's definitely a little bit of a height difference between him and Jaden Jenkins. So we'll see how high he actually can get up. Jenkins wins that one. Mackay was close. Mackay was close.
He got up there.
4 minutes left to play here in Warminster. McAdams off the handoff. Screen set by Jenkins. Nothing's there. Off-ball foul on Will Lesovitz.
Unacceptable in this late game.
Just listening for the PA announcer. His fourth. And foul stay.
Wood is in the bonus as well.
Both teams are going to be shooting free throws from here on out on every foul.
Wood still has one more.
No, 5 puts you in the bonus. So on their 5th foul committed, they'll be in the bonus.
Jaden Jenkins misses the first one.
Ball don't lie again. Dare I say ball don't lie again? Second one on the way. No good. Ball's tipped around. No one boxed out the shooter. Hawks get a lucky break there. That one tips off of Jaden Jenkins' foot. But no one boxed out Jaden Jenkins on that free throw attempt. And he almost had an easy put-back dunk if he came away with that one.
I'm expecting Jaron McKee to come up big in this overtime. Came in clutch
Jaron
earlier
McKee
with the
takeover?
three-pointer.
I'm not hating it. Jared McKee on the backdoor cut. Up and under the reverse layup. A nasty finish there by Jared McKee. Faking out Jaden Jenkins on the right. Reversing with the left. 2-point lead, St. Joe's Prep. Wow. It's been that backdoor baseline cut. The Hawks have used it a couple times. Jared McKee and Jordan Ellerby in sync with that one. Brady McAdams goes up on the right. No foul on the first try. Second attempt, he gets fouled on the way up. Will Lesovitz, that's going to be his 5th. He's done for the evening.
This offense
And now
has
it's going to be calling on the freshman Julian McKee to fill some pretty big shoes that Will Lesovitz left after that 4th quarter streak.
This offense has proved its clutch factor. Will Lesovitz playing a big part in that. Now he's coming out. Do you think this affects the game?
It sort of does, and you almost never want to see your bench player, especially after Will Lesovitz had such a great 4th quarter, right? But Julian McKee has had a phenomenal game through and through, if you really look at it. Hustling on defense, grabbing boards as McAdams misses his first free throw. hitting some threes, getting to the basket. I mean, he's only a freshman, but he plays like an upperclassman.
Yeah.
And so to have him in this late stage of a game, I don't hate it at all.
Yeah, definitely. I think if I want one guy off the bench, I want McKee off the bench.
McAdams' second free throw
Proves
is good.
himself on the defensive and the offensive side of the ball.
As he sets a high screen here for Jordan Ellerby. Quick behind the back move. Driving, finishing with the left hand over Brady McAdams and gives him the little stare down after the fact. Big time players make big time plays. Lays it over McAdams easily. And that's got to be an offensive foul. It is. Brady McAdams with the offensive foul on Jordan Ellerby. St. Joe's Prep basketball. The emotions got to the underclassmen there.
The momentum has been drained. A quick change of possession right there.
Wow.
Kills it.
Jordan Ellerby with the layup on the offensive side of things. Locks back in on defense. He knew McAdams was going to lower that left shoulder as he drove from left to right. He did so. Stood strong, stood still, took the offensive foul. Gives the Hawks another shot at extending this lead.
Up 3 now, too. That's going to play a big factor.
It is. It really is. Jordan Ellerby still making his case for MVP.
Needs to get across the court.
He does here. Tightly defended by Malachi Warren, though. Comes off the screen, set by Julian McKee. That ball is tipped out of bounds by Brian Donahue. Stays in possession of St. Joe's Prep. But a little bit of a scare there.
I think Ellerby's trying to prove to that Wood team that he's that guy.
He's the MVP, not Brady McAdams.
Don't mess with them. Staring down Brady McAdams after that clutch lay.
But you just got to love it. Two of the best players on the court, going at it in overtime. 65-62. Clock's the Prep's friend. Jaron with it. Guarded by McAdams. Brian Donahue seems to be face guarding Jordan Ellerby. Jaron McKee, step back shot is pure. Jaron McKee, step back shot, his bread and butter, that mid-range. Knocks it down, extends the lead to 5.
McKee proving to have that clutch factor.
He does.
That clutch gene.
He does. Lundy on the drive, kicks it out. Ball swung around to McAdams in the face of Ellerby. Short, no good. Ball's rebounded by Jaron McKee. Chamberlain with it now, and he's fouled by Caleb Lundy. Olin Chamberlain will take a trip to the charity stripe.
The bonus.
2 shots pending for Mr. Olin Chamberlain. Green waiting at the scorer's table to sub in for Archbishop Wood.
That's a dangerous man right there.
A dangerous man.
Proving he can hit tough threes.
He can. He went a little cold. I don't want to say it, but he did go a little cold. He missed 3 in a row.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. Chamberlain's first free throw is no good. Uncharacteristic of him, but it seems like everyone down this late stretch has been missing free throws. Archbishop Wood, Jaden Jenkins missed 1. Brady McAdams missed 1.
It's the nerves.
Of course. Oh, of course.
Makes the second
one is good. Extends the lead to 6. So, still a 2-possession game, but a lot harder of a 2-possession game for Archbishop Wood, having to make 2 3-pointers with 1:45 left to go. Caleb Lundy on the right side. Julian McKee jumps straight up. They got to call that one to Mekhi Robertson. They do.
Is that Mekhi's 5th?
It's his 4th.
Oh, it's the foul of Julian McKee.
PA announcer announced Julian McKee's name, but I swear the ref signaled number 11, Mekhi Robertson.
That's Mekhi's 5th foul.
And that is Mekhi's 5th foul, so Mekhi Robertson's out of this one. Coach Harrigan. 4?
Why did he come out then?
Ryan Sullivan just telling us that Mekhi Robertson has 4 fouls, and Mekhi Robertson actually has 5 fouls, so Mekhi Robertson is out of the game. Will Lezovitz
Miles
also
Peterson
out of the game.
coming into the game for Mekhi Robertson.
Harrigan visibly frustrated on that sideline, slapping Mekhi Robertson's hand, giving him that high five, but it's like, hey, dude, can't foul there. Can't foul there with 1:42 left. Miles Peterson's going to have to finish this one out for St. Joseph Prep.
Unacceptable in this situation.
Lundy goes 1 for 2. 50% is the lucky number at the free throw line in this overtime period. Brady McAdams falls due to his own feet. Olin Chamberlain with an easy inbound. Chamberlain with it, guarded by Green. Wood looks to send the trap, and now there's got to be a man open. It's Jaron McKee. He's going to hand it off to McKee. Get it back to himself. Here comes the trap by Donahue and Warren. It's going to be out of bounds on Olin Chamberlain. They're going to say the ball hit Olin's foot.
In this situation,
And Coach Harrigan's losing it.
sloppiness
Coach
is
Harrigan is losing it.
not good.
He doesn't think that was off of Olin whatsoever.
Prep still up 5 though, so
Mr.
the game's
Official
not over.
disagreed. Brady McAdams looks to cut it to 2 with a 3-point attempt. No good. Ball tipped out by Lundy. Regained by Ellerby. Here comes Jaron McKee. Looking to play fast. Going to look at the clock, look at the numbers. Pull it out. He's going to be fouled by Brian Donahue, and that's the last man you want to send to the free throw line in such a close game.
Fourth quarter and overtime, this Prep team has really stepped up to the plate.
They look like the Prep team that we've seen play all year. A very slow start. And it wasn't even a start. It was a slow start, middle, and beginning of the end. I mean, that first, second, and third quarter, it was slow, man.
Yeah, it did not look like the same Prep team.
But they really picked it up here in these final couple quarters
Jaron
and in
makes
the overtime
both of them.
period. Jaron breaks the 50% curse in overtime. 2 for 2. Leads now 7 with a minute left. And the Hawks keep extending, making it more insurmountable for the Vikings. Lundy drives right, shoves McKee off of him. Julian McKee trying to get the steal on Jenkins. Instead, he's going to get called for the foul on the way up.
That's questionable. I've said that a lot tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he got his arm.
Olin bringing the team together for a huddle.
Got to. Leadership.
That shows the leader he is.
Jenkins shooting 2 from the line. First one's no good. First one is no good. 2 guys fouling out for St. Joe's Prep in the late overtime period. Miles Peterson and Julian McKee having to step up, fill the position. Fill some pretty big shoes. Makai Robertson and Will Lesovitz, both in the double digits tonight with points.
I think the foul out.
As Jenkins misses both. 0 for 2 from the line for Jaden Jenkins. And now it's going to be, let's play the fouling game for Archbishop Wood. Olin Chamberlain is going to be the first victim.
The foul outs just prove what the limits this team will go to.
Yeah.
For the win.
Exactly. And the Prep might not run a very deep bench, right? I mean, they only run 6, 7 guys. But these guys that come off the bench, Miles Peterson and Julian McKee, like you said, have stepped up tremendously in this one.
Definitely.
And they needed them to. Chamberlain extends the lead to 8. Second one on the way. It's good. Perfection from the line for Olin Chamberlain. 45 seconds left to go. 9-point game, and this one seems to be all she wrote. Donahue chucks up a 3. Deep 3.
No good.
Very highly contested. Mike Green comes in for the rebound. Goes up strong on the left. Julian's going to argue that he was standing straight up, and I kind of agree with him. I mean, it might have been a foul from behind, but I don't think it was on Julian by any means. But it's not a horrible foul because Julian McKee isn't in foul trouble.
Yeah. The only person on the court in foul trouble is Jordan Ellerby.
Yeah. And honestly, I mean, yeah. I don't know how many Olin and Jaron have, but I'm assuming it's in that 3-4 range as well. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't consider 3, but 4 is definitely. 4 is what Jordan Ellerby has. It's definitely foul trouble. Mike Green.
Olin making
the first.
sure Miles Peterson has one timeout.
Yeah, they have a timeout. They need to use it. Green. Second one's good. Now Karan Shedrick back into the game, the senior. On senior night. Final 36 seconds.
Gavin, this game has been nerve-wracking.
It has been.
Back and forth in the fourth quarter and overtime.
Inbound to Jordan Ellerby, and that's going to be a foul on Karan Shedrick.
Jordan
off
Ellerby's
the
gonna
inbound.
go to the line now.
Now he's going to step up to the free throw line. Looking Looking a little bit too football-esque there by Karan Shedrick. We all know he's a football player and athlete, kind of plays that wide receiver role. Pushed off a little too hard there. Two shots for the future Florida Gulf Coast Eagle. First one is good. See, here, pin drop in this gym during the free throws. And it honestly doesn't make a lot of sense to me. If I'm Archbishop Wood student section, I'm going to get loud for the free throw, for the opposing team's free throw.
You
But I
need the other team to miss the free throw. You got to get loud.
Yeah.
Get in their head.
Exactly. Second one.
Instead,
Follows.
this prep team will extend the lead to 9.
34 seconds left to go. McAdams off the handoff. He's going to go downhill on the right side. Out of control. Throws it up.
McKee
tries to
very
look
good
for the
defense.
shot. McKee to Ellerby. Ellerby goes up for the slam! Exclamation point! Saying good night to all the Archbishop Wood fans.
Ellerby
10-0 incoming for St. Joseph's Prep
just
in the
ended the
PCL.
game. He ended the game right there.
Ball loose. Donahue picked up by Jaron. Great defense there by Miles Peterson. John Moscow tells Lundy to back off. And with that, St. Joe's Prep has come from behind a 12-point deficit in the second half to beat the Archbishop Wood Vikings by a score of 76-65 in overtime in Warminster.
Prep offense looked amazing.
Impeccable.
Unbeatable in the
Defense as
fourth
well.
quarter and
Defense
overtime.
as well.
Defense stepped up. This team looked like the 10-0 team
It was
they
a total,
are.
it was a total flip of the switch.
Definitely.
Turn the needle in that late fourth quarter period. They came alive. They locked in on defense, hit their shots on offense, and it extended into that overtime period. Coming up to Archbishop Wood in a tough gym, a tough place to play, and getting the job done with fashion.
Did this win for the Prep kind of lock away their playoff hopes?
Wood? No. With the way the playoffs are shaped out, with a lot of 4 and 5 teams in the mix and stuff like that, and Archbishop Wood still having 3 games left with West Catholic, LaSalle, and Newman Goretti, all 3 away, by the way. Not over yet for Archbishop Wood, and I still think they will make the playoffs.
All 3 kind of hoping for a playoff push.
Exactly. But for the St. Joe's Prep Hawks, 10-0, perfection on the season. Next game, of course, is Monday at 4 o'clock versus Newman Goretti at home. Then they have Bonner away that Friday, and Super Bowl Sunday at 12 p.m. Little pregame for the Super Bowl. Father Judge at home, the one everyone's been waiting for all season. A tough road for the Hawks, a tough road for the Vikings for these last few games to play. But the Hawks starting off these final 4 games right with a win away in overtime against Archbishop Wood. 76-65 is your final score here from Warminster. I've been Gavin Heinerichs. He's been Ryan Connaughton. From the whole crew, Michael Torres, Ryan Sullivan, Anthony Sorgi, and Bobby Wright. Say good night and go St. Joe's Prep.